All right, YouTube, it is Mr. Mean coming at you this fine Sunday morning. I hope everybody is doing well. We are recording a little video, but first let's get some housekeeping out of the way. Like and subscribe, help support the channel, tell your friends. I've created a podcast channel, Mr. Mean Speaks Podcast. It is not a new channel. It is all of my videos, over 600 of them, up as a podcast, so you can listen to me in the background while you're doing other things, as I've had a couple of requests and I didn't even know you could do that. So I figured it out. Quick YouTube tutorial that was 2 minutes long. It was awesome. Thank you to the person who did that. I don't remember who it was. I just did a real quick search. But also, I am using Streamlabs, so hopefully you've noticed the quality of the video is a little bit better. The ticker and everything. OBS is phenomenal. It is free, but it is not super easy to use, in my opinion. I work on computers all day long. I don't want to come home and fight with stuff when I'm trying to do a recording and you got to figure out transitions. This StreamYards works immaculately. A big shout out to Nubby Mike for turning me on to it. But be aware, it's $49 a month, or $45, $46 a month. So your donations and your help really offsets the cost of that. I don't make a lot of money on this channel. I'm not trying to make a lot of money, but if you can help support the channel, become a Patreon. I do mail out gifts and stickers and everything every so often throughout the year. I've got to order more stickers here real soon. Actually, I got to order them. I'm completely out, but I'll order stickers and I'll get those out to my Patreons here shortly. I do game giveaways. The Red Room just sent me a bunch of cool games that I'm not going to keep. One of them I'm going to keep. The others I will do as a giveaway to one lucky subscriber. So help the channel out if you can. If you want to gift me a StreamYard subscription or a month of StreamYard, you can do that via Ko-Fi. There'll be links all down in the doobly-doo. It really does help the channel, and thank you so much. I foot the cost of all of this on my own. So, but again, I do it for the love of doing it and not to make money off of it. So help if you want to help. If you can't, just like and subscribe. That helps the channel as well. Anyway, so with that out of the way, today's video du jour is, sorry, I'm stuffed up for some reason. It's early morning, is Starfinder 2nd edition. This is obviously by Paizo. They've anybody who's followed the channel knows I'm a huge fan of Paizo. I have quite the library of all the Paizo books all over there. So 1st and 2nd edition. I was on a kick to get all of the comic book sketch covers for Paizo 2nd edition revised, but they have made it extremely difficult to do that. And so I have a love-hate relationship with Paizo because I feel they've gone very greedy and gone down the corporate thing of charging more money because they can. Everyone thinks Paizo is this huge company. They are not. They are a small company. Most of their employees are contractors. They do have a couple of full-time staff, like the upper echelon, but most of their employees are contractor. They get paid by the written word or by the project. So don't think they're this huge company with hundreds of staff. They're not. And their books are, their prices have gone through the roof. This is $70. Yeah, this is $70 now, which I'm going to tell you, that's $10 too much. This should be a $60 book. I know art is expensive, but they have artists. They do in volume. It is a matter of corporate greed. That's my opinion. It may not be correct, but it is my opinion. It is not open for debate. That is just how I feel. I did not pay full price for any of these books. I bought them on the secondhand market. I bought this at a convention at Gamehole Con last year in October. I did not pay full retail for it. I got I got a convention discount. I think I paid $40 for it. Because the place was selling it, and it was relatively new. It had just come out like the month or so. I don't remember when I think Starfinder came out last summer. And so I got it. So I am going to say this though. If you want top-notch production quality, if you want books that don't fall apart, if you want high quality art, Paizo is the company for you if you don't mind paying their prices. I think their prices are very high. You know, they're charging $40 for PDFs now for books. That's ridiculous because you've already made the book, you've got it in InDesign or whatever you're using, you convert it to PDF. Literally, it's a click of a button. It doesn't cost you anything extra. Why are you charging so much? You know, I don't want to get on a rant because I feel it coming, and I think with gas prices being $4 a gallon and food costs going up, I understand everybody needs to make a buck, but come on, guys. These are role playing games. They're not college textbooks. This is for enjoyment, and, you know, slow down on your production, you know, schedule. Maybe charge less for your books. You know, I don't know. I don't know what the result is. You know, kick Trump out of office, but I don't want to get into politics. Anyway, Starfinder, Mr. Mean's thoughts. This is Pathfinder 2nd Edition in space. It's all it is. There are some new rules, but they make it very clear that anything you can do in Pathfinder 2nd Edition Revised, you can do in Starfinder 2nd Edition, and vice versa. They are 100% compatible. If you know how to play Pathfinder 2nd Edition, you know how to play Starfinder. The rules are exactly the same. There are some nuances, but you can learn them in an evening. With that being said, is this the game for Mr. Mean? No. I am not a big fan of fantasy and space. It's just not my jam. Is it a cool game? Oh, hell yeah. Would I play this? Oh, hell yeah. Do I want to GM this? I do. I want to GM it just to see if I'm wrong in my assertion that it is just Pathfinder in space. I really do. I kind of dig the look of it. I love the races. There's, you know, and then this core book, this is a chunky book, just like the Pathfinder 2nd Edition revised. You're getting, there's a bunch of ads in the back, but you're getting 461 pages. That includes the orc license, and that's another thing. If you want to tell WotC to get bent and you don't want to support D&D, this is your choice. You know, if you don't want Starjammer and the abomination that was, this is your game. Is it a good game? I can't really say. I haven't ran it yet. I have the feeling that it is, and I'm going to say off the cuff, yes, it is, because it's Pathfinder, and Pathfinder is a solid game. You can complain that it's crunchy or too crunchy, but the math in Pathfinder works. I've run it. I've run Pathfinder for several years now since it's been out, 2nd Edition, and I've ran 1st Edition. The numbers crunch, and they are correct. If you build your encounter properly per the book, and you do everything and you follow the rules, this game works. Pathfinder works. Starfinder is going to be the same because it's the same mechanics. It's the same engine from the ground up. So if you're into Pathfinder, if you're into high fantasy, high magic, then you're probably going to like this. If you want it to be in space, there were a lot of complaints of no ship-to-ship combat. It's very briefly touched on in here. I believe they add more in the GM core, but I'm not quite sure on that because I haven't read enough yet. But I just wanted to do my quick thoughts on this. Paizo is a love-hate company, but they make amazing products. Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. This is the 3rd time I've tried to record this video. I'm not going to go back and start it again. It's a good product in the aspect of, if you want content, if you want killer art, if you want solid mechanics, then yeah, it's good. It's Pathfinder in space. So if you've played Pathfinder and you like Pathfinder, chances are you're going to dig this 100%. Again, it's laid out really well. The rules are tight. I wish they would have included the starship combat, but I get that they didn't. They want to sell books, and you have to remember that. I mean, we all want the one page, or, you know, the one book system where we don't have to buy anything else, and we want to just run our game, you know. But the problem with that is then that game company's not going to be in business anymore. You're going to have companies that are struggling. You know, there's very few game companies out there that last the test of time. You know, Paizo's one of them. They've been around for a long time. WotC, of course. Chaosium, you know, there's a number of companies out there that have been out for a while. But their release schedule is very sporadic, very slow. Green Ronin, I mean, they just did their Kickstarter for 4th Edition, Mutants and Masterminds. I'm playtesting it on the channel. So far, it's going really good. I have 3 amazing players, about to add a 4th. All of my players are phenomenal. They are really good players, and we're telling a very cool story. We're working out some rules tweaks and stuff and characters because there's just some things that aren't working, but it's not a fault of the game. It's the environment and the genre that we're playing in. But that being said, Starfinder, I think it's a good game. I mean, if it follows the same path, which from everything I've read in here and I've seen and I've looked at, it is. It's Pathfinder in space. If you already know Pathfinder, you're going to like this. If you want some fun stuff in space and some different feel of stories, this is going to give it to you. They've got a number of adventure paths already out. They're working on, I mean, the support for Pathfinder and Starfinder is phenomenal. You got to give them that. So that all costs money. I get it. I just wish the price of the books were cheaper. That's just my only gripe. I feel like they're going down the realm of corporate greed, and it is what it is. You either support them or you don't. I chose to buy everything on the secondary market, and I did not order anything directly from Paizo. I was on their subscription plan for the GM, but I'm no longer GMing Pathfinder. My buddy Kevin is, and I'm actually a player, and I'm having a blast. So, and Kevin's a first-time GM, so I'm grateful that I gave him the inspiration to try and GM. So, and so far he's doing great. We had to cancel yesterday's session because of weather and everything, and my internet was going in and out. So, but hopefully we'll be back on in 2 weeks. So anyway, Starfinder, I think it's as far as physical review goes, the product looks solid. I haven't played it, but I do enjoy the look and the feel of the game. It reads really well, so I'm very happy with it. Full color art, like I said, 461 pages. You as a player, this is all you need. You could buy this and you could be done. If you're tight on finances or whatever, look for a used copy. Don't forget the SRD is online, is completely free. You have Archives of Nethys. That's going to be a big help. Path Builder is another great tool that's going to help you if you don't have money. Do not support Demiplane. They're a pain in the ass. You got to rebuy the book. You've already paid for the book. Why do I have to rebuy the book? And it's nothing but an overgrown character sheet is all Demiplane is. It's not a VTT. It doesn't do anything but manage your character. Why pay for something? And you got to pay for it. It's not free. Path Builder is free. It's a one. Well, I shouldn't say it's free. It's a one-time cost. $5 donation. It runs on Android and the web. I use it on my iPad Pro in the web version, and it works great. You can roll dice, you can update your character, you can do everything. You can send your character sheet to the GM. It is a very versatile. I highly encourage you to use Path Builder for your Starfinder or Pathfinder games. Shameless plug, I'm not sponsored by the young man that makes the program, but I have talked to him, and he is a very super nice guy. He's very quiet, doesn't like to do interviews and stuff like that. But if he ever wants to do an interview, I would love to interview him because he's got one hell of a product, and he's a maniac because the books are all up to date. But yeah, I built my Starfinder character in Path Builder, and I had no problems. It was awesome, very intuitive. So, shameless plug there for Path Builder, but don't use Demiplane. Sorry, it's a money grabbing piece of garbage in my opinion. That's my opinion. I'm not saying they're a bad company. You check it out. There's a demo. You can try it for free. I just don't want to keep paying for stuff I already own. That annoys the shit out of me. It's my big beef with Fantasy Grounds as well, but I already own the books. Why do I have to rebuy them? Give me a one-time fee and give me access to everything. But I hate renting software, so that's my thing. That's why I use Fantasy Grounds as a VTT or Bag of Mapping, because it's a one-time payment. Bag of Mapping is free. Anyway, I digress. I'm going crazy. So Starfinder core book, all you need is this. You can run your character. You can even run the game from this. You don't need to buy anything else. But if you want to, you can, as the GM, you can get the GM core. Now, I went with the digest size books. Why? Because I did not want to pay $70 for a book. This is $30. $30 for a glue bound that's going to fall apart. I don't care how good your binding is. It's eventually, because glue dries out, and it's going to fall apart. But I think they did a really good job with this. The GM core book. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I got the hiccups here. This is just a shrunk down version of the core book. I didn't want to pay $70 or $60 for the core GM, the full size book. And I'm not running this as a campaign. This is going to be a one shot pickup game when we can't all get together and play Pathfinder for Kevin. So I wanted the GM core book because this has got, I think this has the Starship rules in it, Starship combat in it. And it has, just a bunch of information in it that is good for a GM. And I love the digest size. I have several of their Pathfinder books in digest size, and I love them. We're looking at 261 pages, full color, glossy paper, thick paper. It's not going to tear on you unless you go out of your way to rip it. Full color art. It's glossy. It's going to hold up pretty well. I think it's not going to lay, well, kind of lays flat. But I think if you want to go, it's not going to lay flat. No, but you can put something on it. This is something you keep behind your GM screen or on your side of the table when you're running. A plethora of information in it. $29.99. Again, I did not pay full price. I bought this off of, I think I bought this off of Noble Knight. I bought them off of Amazon. I got a little bit of a discount. So I did not pay full price, did not buy through Paizo. So I bought it from a tertiary seller and I got a little bit of a discount. So I did that. And I'm happy I got it. It's a nice looking book. If you're a GM or you're interested in GMing, there's a lot of good information in here on being a GM and, dealing with players and stuff. It's got a lot of good information. The art is, of course, phenomenal. I'm not going to bag on the presentation quality because it is solid. They do bang up books. So if you're a GM and you want to get into GMing, again, you don't need to buy this. Well, I should say that it is an optional. It's an optional buy, and I highly recommend you buy it because if you want full Starship combat, you're going to need this. If you want more information on building a character and things like that, you're going to want that. Plus all the world information and things like that. There's rules on hacking, cinematic Starship scenes. You're going to want this book. So in my opinion, me personally, this is a buy. Just because I'm that type of GM, I want to have as much information as I can have. So it's a great source. I don't want to say good. It's a great source of information. And then the third book, and I'm pretty sure they have more books out, I think. I'm just not quite sure. I don't know their release schedule because I haven't stayed up with it. But I think this came out late last year or early this year. Alien Core. Again, digest size, $29.99, $30 for a little book, which is not horrible. Full color art, glossy paper, stick or glued binding. So be aware if you live in a drier humidity, this is going to eventually dry out and the pages are going to fall out. But with this digest size, easy enough to cut this binding, spiral bound it. You don't have to worry about that, and it'll lay flat when you do that. So I highly recommend doing that. I am going to do that with these books. I will eventually cut the binding and spiral bound them. But Alien Core is just that. This is all your aliens, and they give you information on importing stuff from Pathfinder. So if you want to use any of the bestiaries in Pathfinder, fully compatible. And there's 3 bestiaries for Pathfinder out right now, plus all of their adventure paths that have new monsters in them. So if you want new critters, there's a ton of information out there. We have animated objects. We have creepy looking critters, space monsters, the dragons, everything is in here. All the different races, monsters. You want to do a Star Trek away mission and have them run into weird alien creatures, you can totally do that. This book has pretty much everything in it you need. All of your different dragons, your Starfinder equivalent of your dragons is pretty solid. The art is amazing. So, Digital Ghost, how cool is that? So your technology can get haunted. I need to take a little drink because my mouth is super dry. Kickstart, don't leave home without it. So creatures from space. So again, not a necessary buy for a player unless you just want to know monster stats, but that ruins kind of the fun of it. So I hope you don't do that. But as a GM, this is also a buy. You got to have monsters. Now, I would dare I say that if you already own all of the Pathfinder bestiaries, you can just use those and add a sci-fi twist to them. But like, I think the third book has got a lot of the Japanese Asian monsters in it. Those would work perfectly in a sci-fi setting because they're so alien already to us Westerners that you throw a little flavor on there, boom, you've got something really cool or spooky, depending on the type of game you're running. But again, top quality art. There's a good picture of every monster. There's a breakdown of what all the monster abilities do. This is a solid book. Again, bought it on the secondhand market, did not pay full price for it. So that's all I plan on buying for Pathfinder. I will say, I should not say that. I'm going to buy the GM screen. I'm a GM screen aficionado. I may buy it as a PDF because I have the awesome GM screen from Arcanea, the wooden GM screen. I think, let me see if I can show this without driving. Yeah, there's my GM screen. It's not filled out right now because Kevin is using it. Oh, there's a light there. I didn't know that. Wow, I'm learning something new about my my BenQ S1 light camera. So we're coming up on 22 minutes. I babbled a little bit. I apologize, but I hope you enjoyed this. Gives you a little taste of Starfinder. Is it a buy? In my book, yes. If you can save a penny and buy it off of Amazon or tertiary market, Noble Knight Games, be careful at Noble Knight. They like to jack up their prices. What they think is limited or collector's edition, which is not. Be careful with them, but they are a good source to find books that you may not necessarily find because they buy game books. I'm not plugging them, but I do use them. I do every so often sell a bunch of books back to them when I have too many. But I wanted to get a video out. It's Sunday morning. The family is sleeping. This is just my thoughts. I hope it brought some enlightenment to you. And if you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Help support the channel at Patreon or Ko-Fi if you can. Other than that, guys, I put a poll up. I'm not sure if it showed up or not. Widgets. Oh, well, stream. I have to stream. Okay, well, I'll do that for my next stream. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, peace and hair grease. And remember, Mr. Mean says be nice. Stay safe, everybody. Bye.